And it could have been anybody, even if it's a few $100s, few $1,000s. People will kill over, just like a previous story we had, just over a few $100s. But I'm leaning more towards that it was probably the millions of dollars that went missing that was actually the problem, and whoever he was making this plea deal over, allegedly, in my opinion,
Allegedly.
was probably the one that silenced him.
Welcome back to Murder, Mayhem, and Mortgages.
I'm Chef.
And I'm Robi. And we are your local real estate professionals who seek out not only listings, but also the dark tales behind them.
Yes.
Each week we highlight a story, and we each bring together a story. And then we actually rank our stories on a level of 1 to 5 for Murder, Mayhem, and Mortgages. Would you like for me to start out, Chef?
Yes.
All
Take the
right.
reins today.
Take the reins today. So, today we're going to travel halfway across the world to India. There is a place called Kerala. So, spelled Kerala. And we actually have a picture. It's an active, ongoing investigation.
So everything is allegedly.
Allegedly. We do have a lot of stuff going on with this one. We have a grandfatherly type who likes to help women in real estate. Does that sound familiar?
Mm.
Kind of creepy. He is like 67 years of age, but over the last 20 years, he's been a mentor for women.
A real estate daddy.
Yes, a real estate daddy. So here it is. Follow me all the way back to the trail of 2006. There is a young woman by the name of Bindu who actually, and this is the man. I mean, if he shaved, now that's obviously a picture that was taken by the police. Doesn't look real happy there, but if you can
No.
imagine putting on a smile of a face, he looks like your average everyday.
So he just needs some Vaseline on his teeth.
Little Vaseline on your teeth will do the body good. Yeah. Okay. So here it is. Bindu came to him for some help and assistance with acquiring and transacting some properties. And
Okay.
I don't know how familiar you are with India, but they do have some problems with women's rights. And as far as women considered to be of equal to men, they don't have the same, I guess you could say, social context.
So 1950s America.
Actually, probably worse than that. But I mean, there's been numerous accounts of gang rapes that have been
Oh gosh.
come public. There's numerous accounts of women not actually really being advanced in society or even receiving the same levels of education, and a little bit of a well, female bashing, let's just call it in general, sort of a very misogynistic culture in some cases. Now, that's not the case for all of India, but it does shine a light and kind
Makes
of
you
an
appreciate
awkward
the
light.
rights we have, for
It does
sure.
make you appreciate the fact that here in America, women can stand on their own property, have their own bank accounts, and if they get slapped in public, other people are appalled.
Oh,
Correct?
yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So back in 2006, Bindu went to this gentleman. His name is CM Sebastian. Also sounds like a very innocent name, like nothing really crooked or weird. And so, but she went to his house for some advice on real estate and disappeared and was never heard from again. Now, in many cases that we do cover, she also had very limited access to familial relationships, and therefore,
That seems
really,
to be a theme of our disappearing
it does
folks.
seem to be quite the learning lesson that occurs whether you're in India or America or Florida. I'm just kidding. We know Florida is a part of America. So, then moving forward, you have a case in 2012, then another one in 2016, and another one more recently in 2024. In all total, there are 4 women that have conferred with CM Sebastian on real estate
Mm-hmm.
matters and were never seen from again.
Goodness.
Now, because of sort of the patriarchy society that they have, each case was treated separately. No one really followed up. And
Didn't realize that they were related.
yeah, not at all. Now, it's interesting. In the four women's name, Bindu was the first, Aisha the second, Sindhu, and then Jaina Mama.
Okay.
Okay. So with Sindhu, she was actually one of the victims in the case that just disappeared. He actually went to her house the day before she disappeared. They were in an active argument. There were plenty of witnesses there, and he just smacked her.
Goodness.
This is why I say in our society, people would be shocked.
Yes.
But there, nothing came of it. And then she disappeared. No one said a word, not really an investigation. Nothing really happened. But fast forward to 2024, and we have the power of technology at our fingertips.
Thankfully.
Thankfully, and in this case scenario, it came not necessarily to save a life, but hopefully to save the life of a future victim.
Yes.
So Jainama was also looking at selling some property. And in each of these cases, ironically, nobody really followed up. I don't really think there was a big investigation because all of their assets and personal possessions and whatnot wound up under CM Sebastian's assets.
And that wasn't funny business to anybody?
No, not really. All right.
Hmm.
Until somebody reported Jainama as missing.
Mm-hmm.
And quick investigation of where her cell phone was at. And it was at CM Sebastian's property.
Hmm.
Now, apparently, they still have search warrants in India. And they conducted a search warrant, went all over the property, and found charred human remains.
Goodness.
Yes. And those charred human remains were tossed in a nearby pond. And they also found evidence of tons of blood in the living room. So apparently, they believe that he killed the victims in the privacy of his own living room.
Mm-hmm.
And then he dismembered the bodies and charred them, had a barbecue in the back,
Good Lord, that's a lot of work.
chopped them up. What was it from Fried Green Tomatoes? His hog boiling time kind of thing.
Oh my
He
God.
apparently had his own hog boiling time and then took the charred remains and dumped them off into the pond.
So was she the only one that was reported missing, or were the
They
other
were
ones?
all reported missing, but not really an investigation, follow up, nothing.
That's
So
sad.
somehow, but it's an active and ongoing investigation. So allegedly, this is what's happening. Now, they have sent off the results for DNA
Okay.
to confer that the remains are matching the women, or possibly there could be more
Other victims.
because we're looking at crimes committed between 2000 almost over 2 decades, from 2006 to 2024. He is currently in jail.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, and
um,
serial killers often have more victims than what they actually know of or find.
right. And you can't, another lesson, you can't judge a book by its cover. Just because he looks like a grandfatherly type does not necessarily mean
I mean, he looked
he's a
like a
good
creep to
mentor.
me, but
He looks like a creep to you. Okay. All right. Well, I get it. He's not my type either, but we all know that. So, all right. So, moving on. What you got for me? Hit me with it.
so
Hit me
today,
with your best shot.
hit me with your best shot. Today I'm going to be talking about the murder of Andrew Kissel.
Andrew Kissel. Tell me,
Yes,
what did
he
he
was
do?
a real estate tycoon who built his empire on fraud.
Okay, but
And
he's the victim.
he
He's
is
the one that winds up dying.
he is the victim, but sometimes
Fraud never
victims
pays.
are because they victimized somebody else. So
So it's
this,
a revenge killing.
yes,
Okay.
well, allegedly, because as we will get onto the story, I don't think they really know who did it, but
Okay.
he had the cars, he had the mansion, he had the millions, but he also had the enemies to match.
As we all know, it's just never enough.
Yes. And so he was the golden boy of Greenwich real estate, which is up in the northeast part of America.
Mhm.
And then one night in 2006, he was found dead in his basement of his own mansion. He was duct taped and stabbed and silenced.
Wow.
Dun, dun,
Dun, dun,
dun.
dun.
But so he built his real estate empire through luxury real estate development and high-end profile deals.
Mhm.
But behind the gated communities and the polished image, he had a crumbling empire because he was embezzling tons of money from his real estate partners.
He was embezzling? Okay.
Yes. I think it said millions. He embezzled millions of dollars.
Like, how do you, like, get by with that over a long term? Because it takes a while to embezzle quite a bit, doesn't it?
Maybe.
I
I
mean, I
mean,
guess nobody knows where to put the comma and the period these days because 'cause they're not paying attention in
well,
school.
if he was doing high-end real estate transactions and deals, I mean, it would have been expected that he had money. So, just like Ponzi schemes, I guess, you have your investors and your partners and, you know, what do they say? Like trying to get the money over here to pay
Oh,
the
that
money over
money
there.
has been allocated for special interests.
Yes.
Gotcha.
But so when the fraud came to light, his empire collapsed. He was facing decades in prison because he actually, was under the microscope of law enforcement. And so he tried to negotiate a plea deal. But before he could testify, someone else closed the deal permanently.
Wow. Okay, so escrow's closed.
Yes. So he tried to negotiate a plea deal. The people that he was probably trying to tell on likely were the people that murdered him. But what ended up happening was on April 3rd, 2006, his chauffeur had arrived at the mansion to pick him up, found the body, found
Oh,
that
he
he
still had a chauffeur where he's going through this.
yes.
Like, he's being, like, investigated and
I mean, he was
indicted for
killed at his
fraud.
mansion. Of course he has a
Yeah.
chauffeur.
This is like the Wolf of Wall Street, but instead of Wall Street, it's the Wolf of, like, I don't know, like, Broad Street.
But he was found duct tape stabbed repeatedly and left beside some moving boxes because he was supposed to be moving the next week. Police later charged two people, his driver and his housekeeper, claiming they killed him for unpaid wages. But,
Yeah, I wouldn't be picking him up if he weren't paying the tab.
rumors persisted that this was actually a professional hit. If he was embezzling millions of dollars, we all know how that road ends. And unfortunately, it's the little hardworking people that get blamed for these things.
Yeah, well, it'd be interesting if it turned out to be a politician.
Dun, dun, dun.
But, I mean, so it's still actively under investigation? Nobody
No,
found out?
they charged the driver and the housekeeper,
And they
and
went to jail?
yes, but
Wow.
the rumors had persisted after that it wasn't really then. I mean, and it could have been anybody, even if it's a few $100s, few $1,000s. People will kill over just like a previous story we had, just over a few $100s. But I'm leaning more towards that it was probably the millions of dollars that went missing that was actually the problem, and whoever he was making this plea deal over, allegedly, in my opinion,
Allegedly.
was probably the one that, silenced him. Those type of people have more of the
Probably
means.
wasn't the chauffeur and the maid, is what
No,
I'm hearing.
no. When you have lots of money, it's a little easier to get away with these things and cover your tracks or pay people to do things that you wouldn't do yourself.
Hmm.
So,
Money talks and murder walks.
yeah. But it says in real estate, they say every property tells a story, but Kissel's mansion told one of greed, betrayal, and revenge.
I like it. Um, but I'm sad. I mean, like, you go from scrubbing toilets to jail. I mean, like, wow.
Because it was easy to pin on you.
Because it's easy to pin on you. Wow.
Yeah. I feel like that's what happened as well. It's easier to pin it on people that don't have the money to defend themselves.
Yeah, unfortunately so. All right. So at the end of every session, we do try to rate our each of our stories on
Murder.
Murder for Yours. I'm going to give you a solid 3. It's one death, and I mean, but it's kind of up for grabs as far as it's still, um, even though they did convict the help for it. Uh, I'm just not buying it. Are you?
I don't either. I
You
don't
don't
buy
buy
that
it.
it was the chauffeur and the maid.
Okay, so that gives you a higher score on Mayhem because we don't believe the story. We think it's still completely unsolved.
Mhm.
We think it was a professional hit. Wasn't the driver? Wasn't the the maid. So, all right. And
And
then
why they didn't look more closely at whoever he was making this plea deal
or where
about,
the money went.
who knows? Yeah, that too.
Could have been the Department of Justice or something, or somebody in political office that didn't
We
want
all
everybody
know up
knowing.
in New York and the Northeast, a lot of hands get greased up there,
Well, the mafia.
allegedly.
Let's not touch the mafia. They, we, we, we don't have any protection walking out this door. So there you go. All right. I'm going to give you a 4 on Mayhem and a 4 on Mortgages.
Okay, awesome.
Pretty strong scores there.
Yes. And then for yours, definitely
I had charred bones. Keep in mind, charred bones, multiple women,
multiple. Yes,
decades,
we'll have to give you a
grandfatherly
5 on the
type,
murder.
and property fraud.
5 on the murder. We'll do
Oh.
4 on the mayhem. It was a little bit of a crazy story, but it was, not probably out there frightening the public type of mayhem. So we'll give you a 4 there.
That's just the women. Come on. Oh, I'm sorry. So happy to be in America. Really.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah, I think a lot of times we take our rights for granted over here.
The
And
privileges.
yes, yeah, absolutely. And then for mortgages, we'll give you 3 because it is real estate related, but there wasn't really a mortgage involved,
It
just
was
some
just
fraud.
Just some fraud. Property transfer. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, and as we
It's
move
all
through
good.
this, the fraud is apparently just really, really common. So, and
Yes.
unfortunately so.
So, but we are here in America, and we are thankful that we have title companies and investigations to make sure that transfers can be legal and proper.
Yes.
So-
And so far most of our stories have had some apprehension and some justice, but there are still a few floating around out there, unfortunately.
And active today, and people still think they can get away with it, even when the day where we have modern technology tracking you down
It's getting
like
harder.
CSI.
It's getting harder to get away with things, and that's a good thing
Yes. So,
if you're up to no good.
well, it's good if you're the boring person. And it's good to be boring. The more we go over these tales, the more I realize, God, I'm boring. And how awesome is that?
Yes, I'm thankful for that. But as always, if you enjoyed our story, please send us some of your own. And don't forget to like and subscribe.
Yeah, we love the darker the better. It doesn't matter if it's demons, ghosts, murder, or mayhem, or even serial killers. We're here for you.
Yes.
All right. We'll catch up with you on the next episode of Murder, Mayhem, and Mortgages.